Well, it's time for another pickup video. Well, this week I went back up to Newark, New Jersey. Of course, I hit one of my favorite stores up there, Digital Press Video Games. It's an awesome store ran by Joe Santulli. Picked up some stuff there for my collection. Also hit some thrift stores when I had some time after I visited my customer up there. Got back into town and hit a few thrift stores and my traded stores I normally frequent. Found quite a bit of stuff. We start off here. I picked up some more cartridges for my Famiclone. First one I picked up was Mappy. It's basically the arcade game for the Famicom. This is never released on the NES. I think there was a Mappy Land released, but I don't recall Mappy itself being released. Really good port of the arcade game. It's a lot of fun to play if you like playing Mappy in the arcade. Next thing I got was I picked up a box Space Invaders for the Famicom. Has the instructions and everything. Looks brand new. Well, the box has a lot of shelfware, but this is my first boxed Famicom game. It's kind of neat. Pretty cool. And then on a whim, I didn't know what this game was because I can't read Japanese. But whatever it is, it's Jin C Gili Yo 3. Now, my first thought when I saw this game was like, oh, I wonder if it's a flying type game because it has a guy in an airplane right here over a city. I'm like, and it's made by Taito. And I was wondering, well, I wonder if it's just a flying game or something. That might be kind of cool. It's not a flying game. No. What I can figure this is by playing it is it's kind of like a version of Life, the board game. That's what it reminds me of. You got a spinner at the bottom, you spin, your characters move, you have things that happen, like events in your life as you're going along this path. And it's, well, I can't read Japanese, so don't know how long I'll keep that one. Next thing I picked up from my Atari 2600 is Sea Hunt by Froggo Games. And I have a devil of a time getting by those friggin' fishes so I can shoot them with my harpoon and rope them in. Pretty difficult game. Well, I'm not that good at playing games anyway, but this one's particularly aggravating. It's kind of neat though. And the next thing I picked up, this wasn't a pickup, I got this from Collector Vision Games. I'm going to do a ColecoVision versus Intellivision chess challenge with Rick Reynolds from the Televisionaries podcast. So I picked up from Collector Vision the Chess Challenger game cartridge. It has 3 levels of play. It's a pretty nice chess game for the ColecoVision. They didn't have any more in stock. I contacted them trying to see if they had something I can use for this competition. And luckily they had a loose cart left, so they gave me a good deal and sold me this loose cart. So now I could do my competition, ColecoVision versus Intellivision at chess. So I'll be posting a video of that once we get that completed. Then for my Intellivision, I picked up, oops, box falling open, Mission X. I dig this box art. This is some great box art. For the Intellivision, complete in the box. It's got the overlays and everything. It's a really neat scrolling shoot 'em up game. And what I really like about it is when you pull back on the D-pad, you climb and your airplane goes slower, so you can bomb a little more accurately. When you push forward, you actually dive towards the ground. You see your plane shrink down, and you fly faster for doing strafing runs. That is really neat. It's a pretty challenging game. Kind of reminds me of River Raid a little bit, but not exactly. But it's awesome. It's a great game. And then for one of my buddies who does the Intellivisionaries podcast, Burger Time or William Olds, I picked him up a couple cartridges for his collection he was wanting to get. I picked him up a complete in box Q*bert. Plays really nice. This is one of the games he's been looking for complete in the box. So I picked that up for him. And the The next thing I picked up for him was a complete in box Dreadnought Factor. Another awesome game. This one was made by Activision. It was only available on the Intellivision and the Atari 8-bits. I think one other console or computer. I can't remember. Commodore 64? I don't remember. Maybe it's Commodore. I don't know. Anyway, the Intellivisionaries did a episode of this. So you may want to go find the episode talking about the Dreadnought Factor, because they have an interview with the guy who programmed the game. And it's a real neat podcast to listen to, especially when they talk about the Dreadnought Factor. Cool podcast. The next I picked up for my Sega Master System collection is Fantasy Zone, The Maze. It's kind of like Pac-Man, but with Fantasy Zone stuff in there. You can fly around the maze, you pick up the pellets, or whatever they are, and you can pick up power-ups and have weapons inside the maze to shoot the enemies, and you can freeze them, and all kinds of neat stuff. I didn't know this game even existed for the Master System. I just happened to see it on the shelf, and I go, oh, Fantasy Zone. Pick it up, see what it's like. And I really enjoy this game. It is quite a bit of fun, and it is complete in the box. It's got the instructions and everything, and a little poster in here. So that's pretty cool. And then for my Sega Saturn collection, I picked up Sega Rally Championship, the International Edition, or whatever it is. Great racing game on the Sega Saturn. Got some really neat effects. The controls are pretty nice. This one's compatible with a steering wheel controller you can have for the Saturn, which I don't have, so I may pick it up so I can play this game a little bit better, the driving controller, because it is a little hard to control with the D-pad. Pretty cool. Then the last thing I picked up, got this at Digital Press for $5, is they had one of these little Miss Pac-Man plug-and-plays. Pretty cool. Now what's neat about this, it has 5 different games on it. One of the games it has is Pole Position. Now, initially when I saw these, I thought you had to use pole position by, steering like this, left, right, left, right. No. You actually twist this ball here, and you steer. So you can twist it this way, it springs back to center, or twist it that way, like so, to steer your racer on pole position. I have to say, it's a great version of pole position with this joystick, able to steer it, steer your car. It's a lot of fun. Well worth picking one of these up if you like pole position. The other games it has on there, of course, it has Miss Pac-Man, which is not too bad. Miss Pac-Man's pretty cool. Also has Galaga, one of my favorite arcade games. It has Xevious, nice shoot 'em up game. And it has the arcade Mappy. Run that little mouse through that house, pick up those little trophies and prizes, and avoid the cats. Fun game, not bad. This runs on 4 AA batteries, and it's not too bad for a plug-and-play game. So that's all the pickups. Next week, I'm going to be heading out to Phoenix, Arizona. I do some work out there. I got a little bit of time in one of the evenings before I fly out the next day. I plan on hooking up with one of my co-hosts from the ColecoVisions podcast, SoCal Mike, and my other co-host, my newest co-host, Gamester81. So all 3 of us are going running around Phoenix to hit some game stores and go check out an arcade or 2 and get some dinner and things like that, and just shoot the bull. So I'm hoping to maybe get a group photo of all 3 of us together for the ColecoVisions Facebook page. But just wait and see what happens. So until next time, thanks for watching.